Every time I look at this painting, I'm floored by how stunning it is. It just radiates beauty. But maybe that's just because I'm head over heels for this piece. I mean, come on, look at the way he's staring at her. He's practically foaming at the mouth. But, why is he in a bush? And wait, who even is this guy? Oh, hold up. This might not be the heartwarming love story I thought it was. Turns out this piece is called The Swing by Jean-Honoré Fragonard. And buckle up, folks. This painting's story is juicier than a soap opera. This painting was actually a private commission that Fragonard was never even supposed to create. A piece so scandalous that most artists back then wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot paintbrush. We're talking about a painting that wasn't meant to be seen by anyone, except a few select eyes. Definitely not the kind of artwork you'd hang over your grandmother's fireplace. But despite all that, this ended up being Fragonard's greatest masterpiece, the piece that changed his whole career and left a lasting legacy. So how did Fragonard end up with this gig? Well, the original artist approached to paint, this wasn't even Fragonard. It was Gabriel-François Doyen, a guy known for his serious religious paintings. But, surprise, surprise, he took one look at the commission request and was like, yeah, no thanks. He wasn't about to risk his respectable reputation on a painting that was, shall we say, a little less than holy. I mean, can you imagine him trying to explain that to his mom? So, I'm painting a lady on a swing while her husband cluelessly pushes her. Yeah, let's not invite the in-laws over for a while. But he did have a bright idea. Hey, you know who would be perfect for this? Fragonard. And Fragonard, who had been stiffed by the aristocracy and wasn't getting paid, was like, oh, I'll take it. He may have been their second choice, but he wasn't about to let a paycheck slip by. After all, who doesn't want to be that artist? So, what's so risque about a painting that looks so innocent? Hold on to your hats, people. This story's about to get wild. Front and center, we've got a woman swinging from a tree, her pink dress practically exploding off the swing. It's like she stepped straight out of a fashion magazine from the 18th century. She's glowing like the sun decided she was the main character. And the background? Just dark enough to make her pop, like she's in a perfume ad. It's a dramatic contrast that tells you she's the center of attention. She's barely holding onto the ropes as she swings through the air, completely carefree. We catch her at the peak of her swing, where she's lifting her leg all the way up, literally kicking off her shoe in a playful moment like she doesn't have a care in the world. And why would she? There's a guy down below who's more than happy to pick it up for her if it falls. Very considerate of him, I must say. Oh, speaking of that guy, there he is, lying in a bush looking up at her with this goofy, oh my God face. And what exactly is he looking at? Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's happening. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so a guy commissioned a painting of himself looking up his lover's skirt while she's on a swing. A little weird, but whatever. No big deal, right? Wrong. Here's the kicker. The guy who commissioned the painting is the dude in the bush, and he's the woman's lover, not her husband. Scandal. The older guy pushing the swing? Yeah, that's probably her husband. We think. I mean, it's art, so there's always a little mystery. He's happily pushing her, completely unaware of what's going down right under his nose. You can almost hear him humming a happy tune while he's blissfully ignorant of the drama unfolding in front of him. When the gentleman, and I use that term loosely, commissioned this, he had very specific instructions. He said, I want Madame on a swing being pushed by a bishop. And oh yeah, make sure you put me in a spot where I can see her legs. Like, dude, really? Talk about directing your own scandal. But Fragonard, being the cheeky genius he was, decided to mix things up. Instead of a bishop pushing the swing, he put in the clueless husband. A subtle dig, perhaps. Maybe. But also brilliant. It's like he took a risk and flipped the script, showing us who really holds the power here. Because here's the thing. Swings go back and forth just like the woman in this painting. Back and forth between her lover and her husband. And while it looks like the husband is the one in control, holding the ropes of marriage, literally, Those ropes are starting to fray. It's like the marital bliss is just a little too tight, and you can almost hear the strings straining under pressure. And if you think about it, she's the one really running the show here. Confident, carefree, and with zero concerns, she's the only one fully aware of what's happening. She even kicks her heel toward a statue of Cupid holding a finger to his lips like, "Shh, this stays between us." I mean, can you imagine Cupid just chilling there like, "I swear I won't tell a soul"? The people at the time, they would have immediately recognized that Cupid statue. It was modeled after a statue by Etienne Maurice Falconet, made for Madame de Pompadour, who was also involved with King Louis XV, by the way. So, yeah, the symbolism is strong here. It's like Fragonard was throwing shade at the power dynamics of love and fidelity right in front of everyone. On the right side of the painting, there's another chubby baby statue riding a dolphin. These little guys are called putti, which, fun fact, could win you some trivia points someday. These putti, though, they look shocked, like they just walked in on something they weren't supposed to see. You can almost hear them gasping, "Did we just witness a scandal?" And, oh, there's also a dog on the right, barking its head off, looking real upset. Dogs were symbols of fidelity, and let's just say this one is not pleased with what's going on. It's barking like, "Hey everybody, there's something seriously wrong here." Meanwhile, Cupid on the left is like, "Chill, bro. It's a secret." This contrast between the left and right side is genius. On one side, we've got reckless love and secrets, and on the other, fidelity and restraint. It's like a battle of conscience playing out right before our eyes. You can't help but feel like you're witnessing a soap opera unfold in this idyllic garden setting. At the time, this kind of painting was meant for private display in super exclusive rooms known as cabinets. Not exactly the kind of thing you'd hang in the living room for grandma to see. It was more of a, "Hey, come check this out," behind closed doors kind of situation. Can you picture it? "Welcome to my home. Would you like to see my fine collection of scandalous art? Talk about a conversation starter." But the painting was such a hit that in 1792, Nicolas Delaunay made a print version so it could reach a slightly larger, but still very elite, audience. It's like the world couldn't get enough of this cheeky little secret. The swing marked a huge shift in Fragonard's career. Before this, he mostly painted for royalty, but after, he started doing more private commissions. I guess people loved his carefree, playful style. And hey, I can't blame them. What's not to love? That's why for years there wasn't much serious commentary about his work. It's only been in the last few decades that people have started diving deep into his paintings. And honestly, thank goodness for that. The world definitely needs more of this juicy artistry. For me, this painting is like a wolf in sheep's clothing. It looks all fun and innocent at first glance. Heck, it's even been referenced in Frozen. But when you dig deeper, you realize it's way more complicated than it seems. It's packed with symbolism, intrigue, and a dash of scandal that just makes it all the more fascinating. It's like the artist wrapped up a little piece of forbidden love in a beautiful frame, and that's what makes it timeless. So, thanks for the ride, Fragonard. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one.